The Bible says, "Fill your hungry soul with what's good." When we eat, we share, we grow. Every meal is a chance to be fed and to feed someone else. Life is like cooking. When it works, it doesn't matter if the process is fancy or simple. Good food and a life well lived comes down to how much heart you put in. Welcome back. This time around, we're going to be making caramel sauce. And I'm never sure whether you pronounce it caramel sauce or caramel sauce, but any way you pronounce it, it is absolutely delicious. And around here, we go through it pretty fast. So I called this sticky situation caramel sauce because obviously it's sticky and it's a play on the name, but I got to thinking about situations that I can find myself in where maybe it's not earth-shattering situations, but it can be awkward. And let me give you a for instance. I was at church this last Sunday and there was this woman that has come quite a few times actually. And all of the welcome team, and myself included, we could not remember her name. And so I went around and I was asking everybody and I was like, do you know her name? Do you know her name? And nobody knew her name. But she had been there long enough to where it was gonna be embarrassing to go up and ask her name. But then I thought to myself, you know, if I was in her situation, I would rather somebody come up and admit that maybe they had made a faux pas or not remembered my name, rather than going for the next however many months not knowing what to call me. And so I ended up going up to her and saying, you know, please forgive me. I know I should know your name, but I really don't. And would you mind telling me again so that I remember? And of course she was gracious about it and lovely, but now I know her name. And it got me thinking about all of those times that maybe we get ourselves into situations that are awkward by maybe not being honest with other people or even honest with ourselves. And the best cure for that is just to tell the truth. You know, love tells the truth and love just loves. And so when you do that and you can be a grown-up and admit that, you know what, maybe I forgot or maybe I didn't do it right this way and please forgive me, you can mend so many awkward situations by just having that response, by just saying, you know what, please, you know, I made a mistake and can you find it in your heart to give me another chance? And you know, again, we're not talking about life-changing, life-altering situations, but we're talking about those day-to-day situations where it might feel bad, or it might feel like you can't go back because that time has passed. So no matter what, by being honest and telling the truth, you can always get yourself out of a sticky situation. So let's get started making this really smooth, delicious caramel sauce. So the first thing that you want to do is add your heavy cream and your vanilla to a small saucepan. You don't want to have it boiled. You just want it to come up and be warm so that it's not cold, because we're going to end up adding this to our sugar mixture later on, and we don't want a violent reaction. So you're going to want to start with 1 1/4 cups sugar. Then we're going to add salt, water, and corn syrup. And as you can see, it's light corn syrup. You're going to cook this over medium heat, and you can stir it until the sugar is dissolved, but then do not stir it, do not touch it. If you touch it, you're going to crystallize the sugar in there. So once the sugar is dissolved, don't touch it. It's going to take about 5 to 8 minutes, and what you're looking for is a golden brown. So now we want to add our warm, heavy cream and vanilla to our sugar mixture. And it's going to bubble up a little bit. Be really careful because this is hot sugar. So now that it has had a chance to sit for about 8 to 10 minutes and cool down a little bit, we want to just finish it off with a couple of things. And the first thing we're going to add is a little bit of lemon juice. And just like the salt, the lemon is going to bring out the flavor of the real caramel and the butter and all of the creaminess. Then we're going to add our butter. You want to add it a piece at a time and stir it until it's completely melted into the sauce. Thanks for watching. You can find the full recipe in the description box below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.